Hello again. Inside the Holy Sepulchre Church in Jerusalem is a tiny chapel which contains the supposed tomb of Christ. Pilgrims queue for hours just for a brief few seconds to enter the chapel and view this sacred place. It is so tiny and cramped that only 3 people at a time can enter. One has to bend down almost double to get in. It's a very strange place. Since I am not a Christian, such places as this mean little to me, but my wife is a devout and God-fearing woman, and so wished to go there day before yesterday. We duly queued among a mixed bunch of mainly Greek and Ethiopian Orthodox folk. There's a lot of rivalry over who controls which part of the Holy Sepulchre, and sometimes the various monks and priests come to blows over access to the different parts of the building. This is of course how the Crimean War started. When we reached the head of the queue, my wife went in and I had to wait. As she came out, and it was just about my turn to enter, 3 Ethiopian Orthodox pilgrims asked me if they could go in next. In effect, they were queue jumping, I suppose. But it didn't bother me. It was fine. I'm not a Christian. What do I care? One of these men was blind and old and crippled over. He was bent over and needed a walking aid. He could barely walk. And he was assisted by a couple of people. I took one of them to be a monk or a priest or something. I of course felt that their need was a good deal greater than mine, and so assured them that they could go ahead. It didn't bother me if they went ahead of me. The Greek Orthodox monk in charge of the place, though, barred their entry, and there was a heated exchange. Since I speak neither Greek nor Amharic, I do not really know what was said, but I found it shocking that a blind man, who I am guessing was hoping for a miracle of some sort, should be forbidden to enter the tomb of Christ. I expressed myself plainly on this subject to the monk. As I was doing so, I found that I was being jostled from behind by some impatient Greek Orthodox pilgrims who were trying to barge past me and the 3 Ethiopians. I remonstrated with them because I do not take kindly to being shoved around like that. In the meantime, the Greek monk was arguing with the Ethiopians, and I told him again that he should admit them to the tomb. In the end, they gave up and went away, but I found the whole affair shocking. What Jesus would have made of it, I hesitate to think. Here is a deeply religious blind man who is also old and crippled, and one Christian belonging to a certain sect was fiercely determined to forbid him to seek comfort at the tomb of Christ. I didn't think, though, that it would help anybody if I ended up in a brawl in the Holy Sepulchre, and so I simply entered the tomb of Jesus myself, since I was now at the head of the queue. It didn't do a thing for me, though. It amused me afterward to think what would have happened had it turned into an actual fight, which it nearly did with all the pushing and shoving. But what a way for Christians to carry on! My wife said afterward that she was shocked to see all this, and it made her wonder what Jesus would have thought of denying the old blind man entry in that way.